Basically a collection of just like some experiences we've gone through in the last 4 years. Also just stuff that like I feel like the band has gone through, like individually, like we each contributed lyrically, I think, in a sense. It's basically a story of like five guys growing up playing music with little money in a band. Like there's no theme to the album. I'm not saying like that's the story or the theme, but if I can give you a description or a generalized theme, that's what the album's pretty much about. Just some really real stuff. We just kind of wanted to steer away. Our old album was very conceptual and kind of like of more like a trippy, like stonery vibe, and this one we wanted to do like some real songwriting with some like real like just hands-on lyrics.
So how do you guys usually build songs? Does someone start with lyrics, or does someone start with a bass line, a guitar riff?
This is your guy.
We'll usually start with like guitar riffs or a drum beat or something. We'll write the instrumentals first, and then Michael or Gus will come up with a concept for the lyrics, and they'll write something. We'll start recording it, and then we'll almost like mold the instrumentals to the vocals as much as we can. But yeah, usually songs start, or so far they've all started instrumentally. Yeah.
Did you guys have you been writing on the road, or did you put aside time to write?
Well, no, we didn't write on the road. We've tried. It just doesn't really work out for our band. I mean, like riffs here and there, that'll happen, and ideas, but like full-on writing of songs, like we just don't have that environment yet. You know, we still like travel in a van, and like for us, we need like a whole environment to get the best result. And the reason the record took so long to come out, it's been like almost like a 3-year thing, is because we've been touring so much and trying to find time at home to record. Also trying to have time off, and you know, also touring 8 months out of the year. So yeah, we don't really write too much on the road.
It's not easy from what I hear.
You just need a focused environment, and it's hard to find that sometimes when there's so much going on every day. Everyone's very active, and but there has been instances where, you know, riffs here and there have been written.
Yeah, like I've come up with concepts and ideas like on drives in the van and stuff that I've used on the record and stuff like that, but real writing, not really. We sit at home and do that pretty much. Yeah.
Where'd you guys record the album?
We're from Los Angeles. We recorded it in Los Angeles at his home studio, and
there were actually, we did the initial writing I did at my house, and then I brought it over to Misha Mansour from Periphery, and we structured the songs out at his place over in Maryland. And then we brought it back, and our buddy Brandon Paddock helped produce the record along with me. And we just did it in my room. I have a studio set up, and Brandon would just come over and you know, nail all his ideas out. And he also helped a lot with vocal production, and he does a lot of pop stuff. So he added that whole atmosphere to the record, because like that's really why we came to him, because we wanted to change for the record. The last record we kind of did it in house. And I wanted other people to come in and challenge us and push us to a level instrumentally that we've never had a chance to achieve. And Michael just came in, and Mike and Gus came in, wrote the lyrics. Brandon helped out with a lot of the melodies and lyrics here and there. But yeah, it was a very solid team. And
I think it's a good idea to bring in, like you said, a pop expert of sorts to sort of really change things up when that's, you know, not something that's familiar to you, and especially if you wanted to change like you did. I think
it was like a fusion. It was just like this crazy collision. So
what's the importance of pre-orders and first week sales? I try not to roll your eyes too much, right?
Yeah, well, that dictates, like, basically I think it dictates how your year's going to be. Like, you get to a certain level, like, you put out your first record, you're not really going to, I mean, in some instances, bands do real well, and then they'll do these amazing numbers, but usually you put your first record out, you don't really do much. But then you get to a certain level, like where we're at. And this record dictates, like the first week numbers, the pre-orders, that's going to dictate how the rest of our year is going to go. So kids need to know, like, if they like the band, if they want to see the band play shows and keep going and have a production. And a lot of kids go, why don't you have a bus? Why don't you have production? Why don't you have certain things? It's like, well, our first week numbers for our album sucked, and that every tour manager, every booking agent, every agency, that's what they base it off of, is your touring numbers, your sales, and your first week record sales. So pre-orders are so important, because if you're going through the roof with pre-orders, the record sales are going to come through, and it doesn't really matter if the record sales, because the pre-orders kind of saved you. So it's really important. If you like your band, you need to make sure you get those pre-orders in and buy those records, because that's how this all works out. That's how everything keeps going, is with those numbers, unfortunately.
It's got to be stressful too, based on those two numbers. I think that it really is important to emphasize to those fans out there that if you want to support a band, you pre-order or you buy it, physically at the store. It's usually a Tuesday they come out, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's usually a Tuesday, and ours comes out. Today's what is today? The 9th? What is today?
That's a great question. I think
It's the 9th, so.
Yeah,
so it's coming out very soon, and
yeah. So it comes out in 6 days, so very important. If you haven't already pre-ordered it online, make sure you do so, or go out to Best Buy or any place.
merchconnection.com. Go pre-order it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And there's lots of great bundles for fans when they pre-order. What are some of the things that you guys are offering?
We got a flag we're offering. We got some hoodies. What else? What else is there?
Online, you can get a package and it comes with a vinyl. You can get a vinyl, a CD, and a hoodie. A vinyl, a CD, and a tank top. You can get a CD and a tank top and a hoodie. There's all sorts of combinations. There's 12 pre-order packages, and you can find them on merchconnection.com.
Bunch of crap.
All sorts of good, cool stuff.
It's good that you've got that nice variety too to offer up to fans, because and I think that that's something that fans don't really always understand, of why should I pre-order it? I'll get it eventually. And a band can sell a lot of albums eventually, or throughout a couple of months, or throughout a year, and clearly that doesn't benefit a band as much, especially a band that's trying to keep moving up the ranks.
Yeah, another thing I want to say, anything counts. Even iTunes sales, they all count as the same thing. That's the easiest, most convenient way to buy music, really. You can buy it on your phone or your computer, iPad, whatever.
It all helps, but the pre-orders, it's kind of a cool, exclusive thing, a cool way to just give back to your fans in a sense, because you do exclusive runs like we do in this flag, and we've never really done that. So it's a cool way to kind of give back and get those first sales up.
So how do you guys use social media to spread the word about those pre-order bundles?
I know we're pretty active on social media. We're really interactive with our fans. We we have a little thing called the V Team, and that's started on social media, and that's kind of our what I guess would be a street team or whatever nowadays. And we just we're really active on Instagram and Twitter, and we're all the time tweeting. It's like every other band. We don't really do anything. We don't do anything else. We just tweet and Instagram, I guess. Yeah.
Lots of Twitter.
Most of the band are social network addicts, for sure. So it's a good thing, we try to update you guys with whatever our lives are going through, whether it be with the band or without,
I think it's that's the good thing about Twitter and Instagram. That's how Twitter started. It was for businesses to get the information quickly, and that's I think it's how you use your Twitter and your Instagram. If you need to be unique and you need to be quirky and kind of smart and entice people, and I think we're pretty good at that. Each of us are pretty good at that. So we try to exploit the band in a good way, and yeah, let people in our lives through social media without driving ourselves crazy.
Which I'm sure it's a fine line that you walk.
Yeah.
Something that you've used social media for, as well as just sort of your platform as musicians. You worked with Psych out of Virginia. It's an anti-smoking campaign. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's through a friend of ours, and we've known her for a little bit.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
Good friend, yes.
Yeah. And she asked us to take some photos and to kind of I think we did an interview with her and an article and all that. And yeah, we worked with them because we felt none of us smoke cigarettes, and it's not like we're anti-cigarettes. We just don't smoke cigarettes, and we smoke a lot of weed. So we're like not prolific pop band, but it's known and everyone knows that. And so we wanted to work with them to just kind of show people like, well, hey, this band smokes a lot of weed. Like, you don't smoke a lot of weed. You don't smoke a lot of weed.
I'm the exception.
But, yeah, not all. See, that's the thing. It's not all of us even smoke. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't even smoke. So we just wanted to be like, there's this band that is known for smoking a lot of weed, and they're teaming up with this non-smoking Prophet. What is this? So we thought it would be kind of a good look to kind of grab people's attention, because a lot of metal bands do smoke like all the time, and I think that's like kind of like a not like I guess a stigma or whatever. Like metal bands drink and smoke, and like we like to drink and stuff. But we don't even drink that much, so we just wanted to team up and just let people know that like we don't really like tobacco too much. We don't let people smoke in our van or anything like that.
And not only that, those tobacco companies seem to target kids that go to concerts, and that's it's not even just the artists, it's those kids at shows.
We definitely support that cause, whether any of us have gone through periods where we did smoke tobacco or not, like, it's not a good thing. We acknowledge that. So that's really all that is saying, that we acknowledge and don't recommend smoking tobacco.
So also check out Psych, based out of Virginia. So you guys are here at Vans Warped Tour. How do you make sure that you leave a lasting impression with fans? Because there's a lot of different stages, and there's a ton of kids out there.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's competitive too, because everyone's always coming up with new ideas and everything. I feel like, again, like social media is a great way to do that. In the morning, like, you want to be up tweeting your time, your signing, like the time you're playing, the time of your signing, and then also you can just do more stuff. You can do like, I'm standing here, take a picture or something, like find me. Like, it's just, again, like you gotta kind of like do your thing and make sure that you're doing things differently every day to get kids to come out and meet you guys. And we'll do like 2 or 3 signings in one day, and anytime we're walking around, we make sure that we stop for every kid and take pictures and shake their hand and everything. That's really important. But yeah, it's a lot of ground to cover, and you feel bad when you can't do that and you have to rush by the kid because you have to come to the interview or something like that, which happened like on the way here. But no, like, I'll see him later or whatever, or he'll tweet at me, and we'll, that's the important part of our band, is we're really, we make sure we like are really interactive, and at least we get to shake each hand of our fans, because us as kids, like, we've been turned away by rock stars and all that, and it sucks. And we promised, we made a pact in the beginning, like, we'll never do that. We'll never be that band ever. So, yeah, it's hectic, but you learn how to cope with it and make it work. So.
Definitely a delicate balance. So, in 6 days, your album drops. What's up next for Volumes After Warped Tour?
Wow, we got that tour in the fall, Crown the Empire.
Sorry.
We got a tour in the fall, Crown the Empire, and Secrets and Nice Nine Kills.
Other than that, we're not really sure. Nothing is locked in, or maybe it is, but we can't say.
We really want to do a headliner and bring out some bands that, like, we've done one headliner, a small one. We want to do one, and we want to bring out some bands that we think are really cool right now, and that we're really into, and that we kind of know and we vibe with, and we want to bring them out and just have a good time. We want to do a tour, and I don't know, we want to do a tour and make it different, like different than any tour. It's not, I mean, obviously we're not this huge band yet, but the level that we're at, we just want to do like a tour with production and make it fun, and I don't know, maybe do some like
give back to the fans
stuff, like cool stuff, like give back to the fans, do like pizza party things, and I don't know, we had some ideas.
Play more songs, because I know our fans always come out and they're like, man, you guys are only playing for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Like, play this song, play that song. We really want to, so headliner would be a good chance to, like, have people come out and watch us play, like, a full set with, like, everyone's favorite songs. So,
like, after parties, that's what we were trying to do, trying to do a tour with after parties every night, or at select nights at, like, bars close by. So, stuff like that. We want to do a tour like that. So.
Well, that's why it's
in the winter.
That's why it's important to make sure that you pre-order or download or buy in the first week No Sleep by Volumes. Stay tuned for more from that band. This is Jackie. Thanks to All Access and In the Key of Change.